Chapter 63 in Established in the Faith book is on the parables of Jesus Christ. These are explained in more detail in Answers book, page 59 to 65. The first one is the parable of the two houses, one built on the sand and one built on the rock. Matthew 7:24 to 27. The second parable is the new cloth and new wineskins. Matthew 9:16 and 17. Talking about the new covenant of Christ compared to the old covenant of Moses. Number 3 is the parable of the sower, seed falling in four kinds of ground. Matthew 13:1 to 8, and explained later on. Then the fourth one is the weeds, the tares. Matthew 13:24 to 30. The fifth parable is the mustard seed. Matthew 13:31 to 32. The sixth one is the parable of the yeast. Matthew 13:33. The seventh is the hidden treasure in the field, Matthew 13:44. The eighth one is the pearl of great price, picturing the church, Matthew 13:45 and 46. Number 9, the fishing net, Matthew 13:47 to 50. Number 10 parable is the unforgiving servant, Matthew 18:23 to 35. Parable number 11 is the workers in the vineyard, Matthew 21 to 16. Parable 12 is on the two sons, Matthew 21:28 to 32. Parable 13 is on the wicked vine growers, Matthew 21:33 to 46. Parable 14 is the marriage of the king's son, Matthew 22:1 to 14. Parable 15 is on the two servants, Matthew 24:45 to 51. Parable 16 is the 10 virgins, 5 wise, 5 foolish, Matthew 25:1 to 13. Parable 17 is the parable of the talents, Matthew 25:14 to 30. Parable number 18 is the seed growing secretly, Mark 4:26 to 29. Parable number 19 is the doorkeeper, Mark 13:34 to 37. Parable 20 is on the rude children, Luke 7:31 to 35. Parable 21 is on the two debtors, Luke 7:41 to 43. Parable 22 is on the Good Samaritan, Luke 10:25 to 37. That's explained in the Take Care of Him book and the Understanding book. Parable 23, the friend at midnight, Luke 11:5 to 8. Parable 24 is on the rich fool, Luke 12:16 to 21. Parable 25 is on the barren fig tree, Luke 13:6 to 9. Is talking about Israel. Number 26 parable is on the Great Supper, Luke 14:15 to 24. Parable 27 is the unfinished tower and the king's rash war, Luke 14:28 to 33, showing we must count the cost before we go into things. Parable 28 is on the lost sheep, Matthew 18:12 to 14. Parable 29 is on the lost coin, Luke 15:8 to 10. Parable 30 is on the prodigal son, Luke 15:11 to 32. Parable 31 is on the shrewd manager, Luke 16:1 to 9, described in chapter 395 of Understanding book. Parable 32 is on the servant's reward, Luke 17:7 to 10. Parable 33 is on the unjust judge, Luke 18:1 to 8. Parable 34 is on the Pharisee and the tax collector, Luke 18:9 to 14. Parable 35 is on the pounds, Luke 19:1 to 27. And there are several questions that we should ask about each of these parables when we study them. Question 1 is, who are the characters in each parable? Question 2, who do these characters represent? Question 3, what are the main events in each parable? Question 4, what do these main events represent? Question 5, when does each event happen? Question 6, what is the main lesson for us today? We have also some Jesus Christ soul-winning messages. Number 1, we should become a fisher of men, Matthew 4:19. Number 2, we should become a labourer, Matthew 9:36 to 48. Number 3 is on Nicodemus, John chapter 3. Number 4 is on the woman at the well getting saved, John 4. Number 5, message is blind Bartimaeus, Mark 10:46 to 52. Number 6 is the rich man and Lazarus, Luke 16:19 to 31. Message number 7 is the Pharisee and the publican, Luke 18:9 to 14. Message number 8 is on Zacchaeus, Luke 19:1 to 10. Message 9 on soul winning is the thief on the cross, Luke 23:39 to 49. Other soul winning messages are in the New Testament. Number 1, Peter's message at Pentecost, Acts 2:1 to 47. Number 2, the Ethiopian eunuch, Acts 8:25 to 40, discussed in Answers Book, page 1096. Number 3, soul winning message is Peter and Cornelius, Acts 10:1 to 48. Number 4 is Lydia, the damsel on the Philippian jailer, Acts 16. Number 5 is Paul at Mars Hill, Acts 17:15 to 34. Number 6 is Paul's testimony to Agrippa, Acts 26:1 to 32. Number 7 is the order of salvation events in Romans 10:13 to 15 and 8:29 and 30. Number 8, message is the gospel in the Old Testament, described in Job 33:23 to 30. And message number 9 is 6 Old Testament pictures of salvation, discussed in Answers Book, page 132. Please have a look at the Answers Book passage and you will see a further, more detailed explanation of these parables. God bless.